Hey folks, Martin Vavra here, Galaxy Sailor Productions, gonna bring you an episode this week that is about mental health and being creative. Years ago when I started all of this, I moved to Portland without ever having been on a film set. So I never really knew where I was going or what I was going to do. I just knew I wanted to work in film. I never realized I was gonna be a creator or a creative, and I certainly never realized I was going to be owning a business. So all of this is very overwhelming to me for a good portion of the time, and it's actually very difficult to talk about. This is a very personal subject for me. So 8 years ago, when I really got Galaxy Sailor Productions rolling, I never had any intention of this being a full-time job where I was going to be a business owner. I've never wanted to have a boutique agency, and I never wanted to have something where I was dealing with clients, finding clients, managing clients. I'm constantly having to worry about when I'm going to get paid, if I'm going to get paid, being able to pay for the people that I bring on board, being able to cover them, having insurance, all the things that go into having a business. There's an extreme amount of anxiety that goes into it, and I have a lot of sleepless nights. I have a lot of tiresome days. But then you add to that the complexity of being an artist. For whatever level you want to say that I am an artist, I am trying to be. I'm trying to create. I'm trying to create subject matter. I'm trying to create teams of people that work well together. I'm trying to create stories that people become attached to. I want to be able to make science fiction and action and drama films and things that educate people and excite people and get them sad or mad, that is brought about by the emotion of film. Most days, I feel like I'm still trying to figure out just the most rudimentary parts of what it means to make a film. I've produced things for a variety of different companies, and I've worked on several different films, and I've worked on some TV shows, and yet I still struggle with the idea of, am I any good at this? Will I ever get any better? Will I ever make anything that's gonna be worth a damn for anybody to see? I can go on and on about all of the different anxieties that there are about being a creative. Honestly, most of the time it feels like my head is really trying to swim around in a world of soup. I can't see through anything. I don't know where the next thing's going to come from. I worry about the perception that I am giving off to people. I worry about how I'm going to be judged. I'm worried about how I judge people. It's really difficult to look at other people and always remind myself that their success does not mean it takes away from mine. So a lot of undue pressure comes on all of us to be able to pay the rent, buy another lens, do any of the things that we need to that are part of normal life, and then on top of that, be extremely creative. Come up with new and intricate stories, then try to figure out how to get them done, then figure out how we're going to sell them to people. Honestly, the anxiety has been massive. I've had just as many days where I've questioned why I'm doing what I'm doing as I have saying this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Those are the roughest days. One of the interesting things in looking into depression anxieties is seeing all of the other people who are creative about it, but also looking at the scientific aspects of what it means to be creative correlated with anxieties and depression. A lot of people feel that you have to have problems. You have to go through life and you have to have these anxieties and these depressions, and you have to go through certain things that are difficult so that you can be a very good creative person, to have this creative genius about you. Yet when you look at it from a statistical point of view, there are lots of people who are crazy. There are lots of people who have anxieties. There are lots of people who are geniuses. There are lots of people that are very limited in their knowledge and scope. All of those things exist within each other. They're not mutually inclusive or exclusive of each other, meaning that you don't have to be depressed and anxious to be a great creator. But being a great creator doesn't mean you have to be anxious and depressed. In doing my research and looking at artists who had depressions or anxieties, one of the people I came across was Tchaikovsky, the Russian composer. He had a really interesting way of summing it all up. Life is very beautiful, in spite of everything. Something else he also said about life: there are many thorns, but among them are the roses. So one of the ways that I try to combat my depression or some of my anxieties is that I'm a drummer. I've been playing drums since I was about 5 years old. I had bands when I was in college, and I've continued to play since then, but it helps me in being able to work some things out. It gives my mind something to focus and concentrate on. It allows me to put energy and focus into something else, and for a brief amount of time, I'm able to release a lot of anxious, depressing feelings through my drum set. One of the biggest things that I do is I spend a lot of time in nature. Problem with my depression and my anxieties that I end up tackling is having the desire to actually get up and go and do it. I fight that all the time. There's always a really good excuse on why I don't go outside, why I don't go for a hike. But the results of going outside and being in the trees, being out with my dogs, it's everything. I really try to go to the gym on a consistent level, like 3 to 4 times a week at a minimum. There's study after study that shows that any type of physical activity, whether you go out and play a sport or you go in the gym and you lift some weights, doing yoga, Pilates, whatever it is, those things help. One of the biggest saving graces of all of this are my relationships. I have an absolutely fantastic wife who is extremely supportive in what I do and drives me in my creativity and helps me to keep my anxieties and my depression at bay. A lot of what I do is to have a better life for her. And as long as that focus is there, I'm able to work myself around my depression. If it wasn't for her support, I don't know what I would do. My amazing network of friends really keeps me above water as well. There are so many people that I have met who are encouraging and strong and faithful people in what we do, and it's because I am able to work with them, laugh with them, go out and have beers with them that I'm able to keep on doing what I'm doing. I think it's important for all of us to acknowledge when we are having depression or anxiety issues and be able to talk about them with our friends, with ourselves, with a counselor. It's extremely important that we all understand and acknowledge when we are having these problems so that we can reach out to our networks and be able to help. There are always hotlines and places to be able to call as well, but the people in our lives are the most important people to be able to bring us back around. It's a tough duty to have to ask for, but that's why we're all here, is to be able to lend support and strength to each other. For any of you that struggle with anxiety or depression or any type of mental illness, please feel free to reach out to me, reach out to your friends, your family, look to hotlines, look anywhere it is that you need to, but make sure that you are always watching, have good positive self-talk, and make sure you are doing all you can to get over that bad time so that you can get on with being the positive, creative person that you need to be for this world. Thanks so much for watching. This was a real personal episode for me and kind of a difficult one for me to get through. Make sure you check out my other episodes that talk about some of the lighter side of filmmaking and being creative. Hopefully I'll catch you guys all again next week.